Hello, today I'll be explaining ellipses from section 9.2. So there's two different forms of equations we can use to graph ellipses. The first one is horizontal and the second one is vertical. Now the first thing we want to do when we want to learn how to graph ellipses is to learn what each of the variables means. First thing we can identify are the x and y values, which correspond to the different axes. And the second thing we can identify is our h value and our k value, which represent our center, which is h, k. Next, we can identify the a and b values, which represent the different distances from the major and minor axes. For horizontal, the a value is on the left side with the x, and the b value is on the right side with the y. For vertical, it's the opposite. The v values with the x value, and the a values with the y value. Now, what we can do from here is apply it to an example, which we can also learn how to graph foci with, as those are determined by the a and b values with the equation c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. Now, let's go look at our first example. X plus 3 squared divided by 25 plus y minus 2 squared divided by 9, which is equal to 1. First thing we can identify are our a and b values. This is our a value, which is 5, as 5 squared is 25. And this is our b value, as b squared is 9, which is 3. Now, the first thing we can look at is our center, which would be negative 3, 2. And we can graph this on our example graph here. The next thing we can do is apply our foci, which we can solve by doing c squared is equal to 25 minus 9. C squared is equal to 16, therefore c is equal to 4. This can help us apply this to the graph, and this can give us our focuses, which would be negative 7, 2, and then 1, 2, I believe. Now, the next thing we can do is find our vertices, which would be negative 8, 2. And our next vertex would be 2, 2. Our final step would be to connect all these things and finish our graph after finding our covertices, of course, which are negative 3, 1, and our second covertice, which is negative 3, 5. From here, we can create the graph, which would be something like this. Make sure all the dots are connected here, excluding the foci, as they're not part of the graph. And that concludes how to graph foci in an ellipse, as well as how to apply it to a horizontal or vertical equation form. Thank you.